I think I messed up, big time, with yoga. You see, I had always heard about the wonders of yoga. Friends, family, and even random strangers on the internet couldn't stop raving about how it transformed their lives. They said it was the ultimate remedy for stress, a pathway to inner peace, and a fantastic way to stay fit. So I thought, why not give it a shot? So I decided to try yoga for the first time. I went out and bought a brand new yoga mat, some stylish yoga clothes, and even a water bottle that promised to keep me hydrated for hours. I was all set and ready to embark on this new journey. You know, because everyone online says it's relaxing and great for your soul. They made it sound like a magical experience where you just breathe, stretch, and find your inner zen. I imagined myself gracefully moving through poses, feeling a sense of calm wash over me. What they didn't tell me? That yoga can be a lot more challenging than it looks. Sure, it might be relaxing for some, but for someone as uncoordinated as me, it was a whole different story. It's also an extreme sport if you're as uncoordinated as me. I mean, I can barely walk in a straight line without tripping over my own feet. So, you can imagine how well I did with yoga poses that required balance and flexibility. I joined a class at the local gym. I figured it would be easier to learn from a professional instructor rather than trying to follow along with a YouTube video at home. Plus, being in a group setting might motivate me to stick with it. The instructor, a super fit guy named Chad, flexible as a rubber band, told us we'd be doing basic poses. First up, downward dog. Chad made it look so effortless, like he was born doing yoga. I, on the other hand, felt like a pretzel being twisted in all the wrong ways. Easy, right? Wrong. My hamstrings were screaming in protest, and I could barely hold the pose for more than a few seconds. I glanced around and saw everyone else looking serene and composed, while I was a trembling mess. My hamstrings were like, nope. Next was warrior pose. Everyone looked majestic. They were like a group of graceful warriors ready to conquer the world. And then there was me, wobbling like a newborn giraffe trying to find its footing. I looked like I was fighting gravity, and losing. My legs were shaking, my arms were flailing, and I was pretty sure I was going to topple over at any moment. But I kept pushing through, determined to at least finish the class. But then Chad introduced crow pose. He made it sound so simple. Just balance your entire body on your hands, he said. No big deal, right? I watched in awe as he effortlessly lifted himself into the pose, looking like a human crane. Balance your entire body on your hands. How hard could it be? Spoiler, very hard. I gave it my best shot, but my arms felt like jelly, and I couldn't even get my feet off the ground. It was like trying to defy the laws of physics. How hard could it be? Spoiler, very hard. As I attempted it, I wobbled, tipped forward, and face-planted onto my mat. Thud. Everyone gasped, except Chad. He calmly said, "That's progress. Progress toward what? A concussion?" As I attempted it, I wobbled, tipped forward, and face-planted onto my mat. Thud. Everyone gasped, except Chad. He calmly said, "That's progress. Progress toward what? A concussion?" I couldn't help but laugh at the absurdity of it all. Here I was trying to find inner peace, and instead I was on the verge of a trip to the ER. He calmly said, "That's progress. Progress toward what? A concussion?" But I wasn't ready to give up just yet. I took a deep breath, dusted myself off, and got back into position. I was determined to at least finish the class without any more mishaps. But the grand finale came during Shavasana, a relax and do nothing pose. Finally, a pose I could nail. I lay down on my mat, closed my eyes, and let out a sigh of relief. This was more like it. Just as I was starting to feel a sense of calm, I heard a loud, unmistakable sound. A relax and do nothing pose. Finally, a pose I could nail. Then, Yup, my brand new too tight leggings betrayed me in the most silent room possible. I felt a breeze where there shouldn't have been one, and I knew exactly what had happened. Yup, my brand new too tight leggings betrayed me in the most silent room possible. Everyone pretended not to notice, but I knew they did. I could feel their eyes on me, and I wanted to disappear into the floor. Everyone pretended not to notice, but I knew they did. As I shuffled out, clutching my mat and my dignity, Chad called after me, "See you next week." Not a chance, Chad. Not a chance. I couldn't wait to get out of there and never look back. Everyone pretended not to notice, but I knew they did. As I shuffled out, clutching my mat and my dignity, Chad called after me, "See you next week." Not a chance, Chad. Not a chance. I couldn't wait to get out of there and never look back. As I shuffled out, clutching my mat and my dignity, Chad called after me, "See you next week." Not a chance, Chad. Not a chance. I couldn't wait to get out of there and never look back. But despite the embarrassment and the near ER experience, I did learn something valuable. Not a chance, Chad. Not a chance. Moral yoga is peaceful. Until it isn't. It taught me that sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's okay. It's all part of the journey. And who knows, maybe one day I'll give yoga another try. But for now, I'll stick to activities that don't involve balancing on my hands. Moral yoga is peaceful. Until it isn't. And that's the beauty of it. It's a reminder that life is full of unexpected twists and turns, and sometimes you just have to laugh at yourself and keep moving forward.